From the high-definition educational broadcast center at Bergen Community College's main campus in Paramus, this is Studio Bergen. Hi everyone, I'm Larry Levanka and welcome to Studio Bergen, your connection to the state's #1 college for associate degree graduates 2 years in a row. In our top story this month, federal and local officials descended on the college October 19th to recognize its acquisition of a major federal grant. Joined by Senator Robert Menendez, Bergen County Executive Jim Tedesco, Bergen County Freeholder Vice Chair Steve Tonelli, and Bergen County Freeholder Tracy Zohr, President B.K. Walter announced Bergen received a $2.4 million U.S. Education Department grant to expand the post-secondary education Turning Point program at the college for students with intellectual disabilities.
By earning the second phase of this grant, it allows the college to expand its community outreach activities for these special students and broaden opportunities to career pathways leading to industry-recognized credentials. Community colleges have always had a special place because we try very desperately to meet the needs of every student in our community. And the Turning Points program represents a great example of how Bergen Community College continues to be committed to all of our students.
The grant, officially Transition and Post-Secondary Programs for Student with Intellectual Disabilities 2, or TIPSID 2, will assist in funding the college's Turning Point program that began under the government's TIPSID 1 initiative in 2010. Senator Menendez lauded the program's goals.
The money is important. As I was talking to some of the Turning Point, I said it's important because of the work that you do with it. My ability to advocate for grants that are competitive. This doesn't come automatically. It's a competition across the country. And in that context, I appreciate the great work that is being done here and the grant proposal that the college put together in order to be a strong advocate for it to succeed. But to me, it's not about the dollars. It's about the people. It's about the individuals whose lives we will touch by virtue of the opportunities that we will create.
Under the college's Office of Specialized Services, the Turning Point program admits up to 15 students between 18 and 30 years old for a 2-year non-residential certificate program each year to assist students with academic enrichment, building vocational skills, and developing self-advocacy while preparing students for gainful employment and further independence. More than 100 students have enrolled in Turning Point at Bergen. Last month also marked an exciting one for viewers of this show. I guess you could call it good news for good news. Bergen has earned a pair of District 1 Medallion Awards from the National Council on Marketing and Public Relations, NCMPR, recognizing this program as a Bronze Award winner, and the college's official newsletter, Inside Bergen, as a Silver Award winner at the group's annual conference in Hershey, Pennsylvania. Produced tri-annually by the college's Office of Public Relations, the Inside Bergen newsletter debuted in 2013. The publication details college news and includes recurring features such as a faculty profile, a campus calendar, and a photo collage. Now in its 5th season, this program is a joint production of the Office of Public Relations and the Office of Media Technologies. And I think you may know the guy who had the pleasure of accepting the awards on behalf of the college. Congratulations to all involved. Creativity was also recognized as BCCC's Visual Culture. An exhibition of artwork by Bergen faculty and staff opened October 20th in Gallery Bergen at the main campus. Artwork from more than 30 employees conveys the often hidden talents of Bergen faculty and staff. The exhibition will run through November 16th. Faculty and staff also took center stage at the 6th Annual Alumni Dinner, which recognized 2 current employees and 1 former for their contributions and celebrated the accomplishments of those who have graduated from the college. This year's honorees, recognized during an evening ceremony October 22nd at Biagio's, were Professor Celeste Finney with the Living Legacy Award, 1976 graduate Dr. Joseph Mano with the Alumni Hall of Fame Award, and 2014 graduate Angie Goldschmidt with the Rising Star Award. At the dinner, we had the opportunity to speak with each of the award winners.
I am very, very excited about it and very pleased. I do feel that in the Counseling Center, I've been there for quite some time, and I worked with a lot of students, and it's wonderful now to get this recognition, and I thank the Alumni Association for it. It's a wonderful honor for me to have worked at the college for these 42 years, and I'm looking forward to 42 more years.
When I came to Bergen, that was really my only option. I was working full-time in the city, I was out of school, and that was my only opportunity at higher education. And when I came to Bergen, it was other students and alumni that helped me and guided me through the process. So this opportunity to sort of pay it forward is just amazing, and I'm so thankful for it.
Bergen actually introduced me to the field of medicine, and once I was in the respiratory program and I graduated, it wasn't that much of a challenge, and I decided to move on. This is where I got my start in the field of medicine. I eventually went on to do surgery. I have a lot of good friends, and this was a great beginning for me.
Also last month, as it does every October, Bergen recognized the contributions of Latinos to the Bergen community as part of an annual Heritage Month celebration. Events included performances and a kickoff panel discussion on Latinos' impact on the economy, political process, and educational patterns. City University of New York student life manager John Moreno Escobar said the needs of Latinos have to become a priority for institutions of higher education.
The big challenge, I think, is that many of our boards, not just from CUNY, but for SUNY and from other institutions, don't have Latino representation. And that concerns, because then who is going to understand the needs of the Latino population within the higher education institutions? We need to have representation in the boards. We need to have representation in faculty.
With Latino Heritage Month coming to a close, let's take a look at what's going on this month at Bergen. Registration for winter and spring classes begins Monday, November 2nd for students with 44 credits. It opens the following week for all current students and the week after for new students. Visit my.bergen.edu to register. Fuse and Google will sponsor a free workshop on using the search engine for small businesses Tuesday, November 17th from 5 to 7 p.m. at Bergen Community College at the Meadowlands in Lyndhurst. For more information, please call 201-612-5360. An open house for prospective students will take place Thursday, November 19th from 6 to 8 p.m. in the Student Center at Main Campus. For more information, email admissions@bergen.edu. And finally, on the same day, the 19th, Caught in the Web, a conference on the country's heroin epidemic, will take place from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. in the Moses Family Meeting and Training Center at the main campus. Coming up after a short break, we'll take a look at some of the other news from Bergen this month. We'll be right back.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
Welcome back to Studio Bergen. I'm Larry Levanka. Congratulations goes out to student Theranda Jeshari, who learned last month that she earned a $1,000 scholarship as part of the 2015 Coca-Cola Leaders of Promise Scholar. Theranda, who earned the scholarship on the strength of her Phi Theta Kappa membership, was selected from more than 1,100 applications. And we are lucky enough to have her as our guest in this month's Student Success Spotlight. Congratulations, Theranda.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
No problem. So I know they tricked you a little bit when they told you that you had won, or take us through that a little bit.
Well, I was in vacation when I received the first email from them, and it was just a verification form, some questions that I had to provide to them. And the second email was about a survey that I had to fill out. And then they told us that we have to schedule a conference, an online conference. I was at school when I did the conference, and we were in a room with, I guess, 15 to 20 other students. And they told us, like in the email, that we are given some questions and we have to answer them, and they're going to tell us who is the recipient. When I was in the conference, I was looking at the other students, applicants there, and thinking, who's gonna leave that conference with the scholarship or without it?
Right.
So,
some of these people are going to be sad, right?
Yeah. And at the end, they told us it was about 30 minutes, and they told us that we all are applicants. And it was a really good feeling sharing the enthusiasm and the happiness with them, like seeing all of them.
Right. Everybody all at the same time, right?
Yeah.
So why do you think you were recognized? I know we talked about it before. 1,100 applications came in, and they only awarded 100 scholarships. I mean, that's less than 10%. Why do you think your application stood out among those 1,100?
Well, I think I am very committed to finish my degree, and to my ultimate goal is to be a genetic engineer. I'm really into STEM program. And I think when I was doing the application, I took my time, and the essays that I wrote, I put some confidence in them. And I also have, I think one of the reasons that I got that is because I moved here 2 years ago, and I had first problems with English, and then I guess I mean,
that in and of itself is an unbelievable part of your story. I think you said 2013 you moved to the U.S., right? With very, very little English.
Yeah.
And now you're in a position where not only are you speaking terrific English, but you're a scholar. You are a terrific Phi Theta Kappa student. Do you think your story made a big difference for your application?
I think so. Yeah, because I think that the committee looks for different and unique stories that students have to share, and also commitment to
completion.
Yeah.
As Phi Theta Kappa,
Yeah,
that is a major component of what they're doing. So, what does this scholarship mean to you? I mean, obviously the money is great. Money is always great, but to be recognized for being a good student, what does that mean?
It also means that I have supporters out there, and there's help. You just have to know how to look for it and how to work for it. Also, it means that it means a lot that I have succeeded, that I've achieved my goals so far, and it also is a motivation to set higher goals and to work hard to achieve them.
Let's talk a little bit more about Phi Theta Kappa. You got involved, obviously. Why get involved in an organization like Phi Theta Kappa? I could give you a bunch of reasons, but I want to hear from you.
Okay. Phi Theta Kappa does not only grow you as academically, but also as a person. There you have, if you have an idea, you can share with them, and then you can do a lot of community service, volunteering. You can perform your leadership skills, which is a really great thing. You're going to have a really good experience there. And also through PTK, you can get, that honor society offers you a lot of scholarships. That's how I got it. And it is a really good society to, if you want to succeed.
And further yourself, yeah. We had talked about it, the relationship element of working with other top-notch students and being able to learn from each other. You think that's a major part of why you got involved with Phi Theta Kappa?
Yeah, it is. Because if you have something to share, someone else got something else.
The bottom line is the relationship that you build with other stellar students. I mean, I think that's the point here, that you're all on a very similar plane. You're all, you have similar goals, although you may be going to different colleges. Let's touch on that. What is next for you after Bergen? What are you planning on? Obviously, you want to transfer. What are your plans?
I want to transfer to a biotechnology or a biochemistry program. I have to research more, but my top schools are Rutgers and Columbia General Studies. I'm a non-traditional student, and I have like chance to. I am eligible to apply for general studies, and after that to go for graduate school. Yeah.
Graduate school, and then where do you see yourself as far as a professional? What kind of
career?
As a
researcher in genetics.
Well, we look forward to seeing what you're going to do, and thank you for making Bergen proud. And once again, congratulations on the scholarship from Phi Theta Kappa and the Coca-Cola organization.
Thank you.
Thank you, Theranda. Meanwhile, the college also took time last month to recognize the dedicated professional and peer tutors that make up the Cerullo Learning Assistance Center, which last year ranked as the #1 tutoring center in the nation on Tutor Appreciation Day. Peer tutor Matt Watson appreciated the recognition.
It pays off because of the hard work you put into to even becoming a tutor, to getting good grades in classes and actually understanding what it is that you're doing. It really feels good when someone's able to come and thank you for helping them. Yeah, it's very great. It's a very great feeling.
The Cerullo Center hosted more than 40,000 subject-specific and individualized tutoring visits in 240 courses last year. Approximately 7,000 students relied on a team of 150 professional and peer tutors. In the college's continued research regarding the study of suburbia, professors from Bergen and SUNY gathered last month for Making Music in Suburbia. The event featured a discussion on how artists often begin in suburban settings and then recall their experiences through their work. Professor and General Encyclopedia of Music Knowledge, Dr. Andy Krikun, led the event. He is our guest in this month's edition of Faculty Focus.
The diversity that we have, our diverse student population, leads to an incredibly diverse music making and music listening. And what's really great is when we see these musicians, their worlds intersect that they would not have done outside of here. So you have people into rap and singer-songwriters and people into punk rock and heavy metal and Broadway, and all in the same environment. So I try to encourage as much cross-fertilization as possible, which is, I think, the real exciting part.
Professor Krikun began at Bergen in 2002 after a circuitous route back home that included numerous undergraduate degree programs, 18 years in Los Angeles, a master's, and a doctorate.
I grew up in Bergen County. So if you told me at any point in my life that I would be ending up moving back, well, I live in Rockland County, but moving back to the county where I grew up and teaching at Bergen Community College, I would say you're out of your mind, right? But as I, got the position here, it was a dream come true, and I was able to implement changes into the curriculum and help build the program that we have today. So it was one of those things that you just never. I think I've had a series of those experiences in my life that I think John Lennon said life is what happens when you're busy making other plans, and that's been my life story. So something would just happen out of the blue, and it turns out to be a dream come true, but it wasn't the dream that I originally looked at.
Make no mistake, he chased the rock and roll dream. He wanted to be a rock star.
I chased the dream and got to a certain point and a certain level of success. And for me, what was important, it was always about the music. I was always had looked a little bit carefully at what the music business was, and which is ironic that that's now one of the courses I teach here in the program that I'm involved with, because I wish I knew more about that aspect of it. So I think the kids coming up today have so much more opportunity for these programs that talk like we do here with music technology, teaching pop rock ensemble, concert promotion, music business. that was something we never had the opportunity coming up. You had to learn the hard way. And even some of the big names signed contracts that just, they lost, the Beatles lost the rights to their publishing forever.
Professor Krikun still draws from his LA experiences, and so does his longtime band, Andy and the Rattlesnakes.
And I was fortunate to be part of a really thriving, what I look upon as just a really energetic scene that doesn't happen all that often. It happens in certain places. You think of Liverpool, where the Beatles happened, New York, obviously, in different time periods. So in those days in Los Angeles, there was just a exciting time, and musicians, it was a community. And what I draw from is, and I'm still part of that. I mean, I was in my 20s, and I still am very close to that scene and those people. I still see them, and we still perform together. And to me, that's what I bring. I mean, if you can form that kind of tight-knit music community where you're creating something together that is related to what else is going on in that scene, is magic.
As any real musician would tell you, it's not about the money or the fame.
For me, it's always been about the music. And even the people in the music business that I've always respected are music people. They're there. Obviously, everybody in the business wants to make money, but they're there because of the music. So I try to stress that to the students. The musicians that I respect have music's their life. And they may work other jobs. They may try to make ends meet in one way or another, whether it's teaching, whether it's working in an unrelated field, but music is still their passion. And the people I came up with in Los Angeles, the band people, they're still doing it. They're still playing clubs. Some of them have been rock stars. Some of them have been on tours, some of them. But it's always been about the music. And that's what I really try to get across. It's don't lose that. And a lot of people do, because the business is such a tough environment. They lose the love for the music. And if I can do anything as a teacher, it's to inspire just the passion for making music and making that your life career.
As for the industry and what's next, Professor Krikun said the media may change, but it'll still be about what it's always been about since the dawn of time, the sound.
People look at recorded music as the music business. And I think live music is thriving. I mean, the music festivals are popping up everywhere. So there seems to be a real hunger for live music. And I think that's a healthy part of the industry. In addition, the intermingling of music with film and TV and with this boom in Netflix making shows and cable networks and Amazon, and I think there's more opportunities for music to be part of something. So I think that, yes, as far as people actually going out and buying a CD or maybe even buying a download from iTunes is on the way out, I think there'll be other things that are coming along. And we've seen it before. One of the things I try to teach as part of my classes is, because I'm a history buff, is to try to look back. And John Philip Sousa thought that the phonograph was the end of music.
As we're wrapping up the show for this month, the college is ramping up its membership in the Achieving the Dream National College Reform Network. On October 27th, faculty, staff, and students gathered for an all-day summit that served as the official kickoff for the college's participation in the program. Soon, the college will begin working on a series of projects aimed at enhancing the institution. Stay tuned. That's all the time we have for this month. For Bergen Community College, I'm Larry Levanka. Thanks, and take care.